back. In today's video, we'll be talking about join queries. If you remember in our previous video, we have talked about our subqueries. So we have taken some 3 or 4 examples and we have written subqueries. So another part of complex queries is join queries. So today we will learn a little bit about join queries. So to start with, I hope you know that we already have our employee table and project table. And also to run join queries, we need more than one table. Okay, so we have already made these two tables. If you're directly seeing this video, I will like to show you our employee table. This is our employee table, which has employee ID, first name, last name, email ID, age, salary, department, joining date, gender, and manager ID. And in our project, we are trying to find out the details about the project that an employee is assigned to. So we have project ID, project name, and the ID of the employee to whom that project is assigned. Okay. So now let us see the first one. The first is we have to display the employee name, department and project name. So you know all this data is coming from two different tables. Remember the query always has to be in the select from where part. So let us write select from where first. Okay. What we want to select is we want to select employee name, department and project. So employee name, you know it is first name. Okay. Department is department itself and we want is project name and project name. But remember one thing, when we are taking data from different tables, we have to use the initials of the table name also. Okay. So like that we will be saying as first name we will be taking from the employee table. So we will say E dot employee name. Department will be taking from the employee table. So it will be E dot department. And project name will be taking from project table. So it will be P dot project name. So from which table are we taking it? We are taking it from the employee. We know the short form we are using is E. We are saying inner join means only that is common between the tables will be displayed with the project P. Remember there is no where in join. We write on. We have to put a join on. Which is that one attribute as we know which is common in both the table as we have already made that employee ID is a foreign key in the project table. Okay, so what we will say join on E dot employee ID, okay, which is equal to P dot employee ID as employee ID is a foreign key in both the table. Okay, so now let us run the query. Okay, so what we have done, is it spelling E dot department. Okay. This is E dot first name, comma E dot department. There should be no space. Okay. So yes, we can see here the first name, the department, and the project that is assigned to that particular person is that. If you remember, students, there were only 8 entries in the project table, but there are 10 entries in the employee table because we know there are 2 employees in a table which have not been assigned any project. Okay. Now let us go to the next query. We have to find the number of projects assigned to each employee. Okay, we have to find the number of projects, and as we know, what we have done is for every employee we have assigned one project only. But now we have to show that. Okay, so we have to count what the number of project assigned to each employee. So in short, we have to count what we have to count the project ID. Okay, if you want, you can see the project table once, so you'll understand. It is project ID, that is what is being assigned, and we can see every employee has been assigned one project only. Okay, so let us prove that now. Count of project ID. Let us say we also want to find out who is the employee who is assigned that particular project. So we will say comma E dot employee ID. From which table we want? We want it from the employee table E. Okay, remember we want project. Okay, so we should actually take from project P left join because we want to give the priority to project, right? Or else if you say that if you write right join, then the employee ID to which no project is assigned will also come. Okay, so you can do that also. Okay, Or if you take left join project, means what will happen? The project table will get the preference, only the entries in the project table will be shown. So we can say left join with which table? We want to do it with the employee table. Remember, this remains constant on E dot employee ID is equal to P dot employee ID. Remember, we wanted group by. Okay, we want that one employee, if it's more than one project is assigned to him, we want to group by, and that is why we will say group by what? E dot employee ID. Okay, so let us see select count of, it's not P underscore, it should be P dot project ID comma E dot employee ID, means we will get two columns from project table left join with the employee table. This is our this is a mistake. Okay, on E dot employee ID, which is equal to P dot group by this. Okay, now let us run this. Okay, so now you can see over here all employees have, these are the employee IDs and they are being assigned some projects. So everybody is having one project. Why we have not included those employees where no project has been given? Because what we have done, students, here, we have taken a left join, okay, and project and this. If you want, we can do one thing. We can do employee like this. Okay, now let's see what happens. We will run this. Okay. In this, you can see that 0 is also included. Why? Because now the preference is being given to the employee table. It becomes your left table, right? So all the entries from the left table has to come. So yes, there were 10 entries and there is employee number 29 to whom no data was, no project was assigned. Similarly, your employee ID 32, no data was, no project was assigned. Okay, so this is how you can run your left join, students. We can see what next what we have to show is show the employee name, salary and project name sorted by salary. So what all we want, let us first find out. We want employee name. You know employee name comes in the employee table. So we will say E dot first name, okay, comma salary. That is E dot salary, okay, comma project name. You know project name is coming from project table. So it will be P dot project. Okay, from which table we want? We want it from the employee table. Now this is what we don't want a preference to any table. So we can obviously take inner join. Okay. So we can say from E dot inner join. You should be employee inner join on project P. Okay. In on E dot this command remains constant. P dot employee ID. Remember what we want is we want in the order of salary. Okay, so here we will say order by, you know, salary is an employee table, so it will be E dot salary. Okay, so let us check. Select E dot first name correct, comma E dot salary correct, comma P dot project name from employee table inner joined with the project table on E dot employee ID, which is equal to P dot employee ID. And we want it to be in salary, spelling is SE. Okay, order by E dot salary. Now let us try and run this. Okay, so here you can see that we have this. Okay, all the employees to whom some salary is being assigned and some project name is assigned. Okay, so we can see these are the salary and as we can see the salary are in the ascending order. If you want the salary to be in the descending order, we just have to do one change in this command. We have to say order by salary and we should write DESC. So what will happen? The order will come in the descending order. Okay, so we can do this. You can see the highest salary will come first and the lowest salary will come next. Here also instead of using inner join, if we would have used left join, let us see. If you would have used left join, then what would have happened is we would have got all the data from the employee table. Okay. So now let us run this once. Okay, so now we know there are two employees to whom the salary was no, sorry, project was not assigned, but salary was there. Okay, so this is how we can use inner join. Inner join has to be used when you only want to find out the common data between the two. We use left join when we want the data from the left table. Remember, EMP is my left and project is my right because I have written it like this. The first that you write is always left. Okay. Now instead of that, students, if you do right, okay, if you do it this way, right outer join, then what will happen? Preference will go to your project table. Okay, let us run this and see. If you run this, see, you can see that all that matches in the project table is given as those two employees who do not match in the project table. That is why they have not been displayed here. Okay. So this was all about our join query, students. You can run the same queries using subqueries also. Remember, joins are pretty easy. The command for running join is select from and it is on. There is no where. Okay, whatever the condition is on which the table has been joined should be written in the on clause. Okay, thank you so much.